With Gina.
The news with Gina Grad.
We'll start out with some sad news and surprising news, especially for Los Angeles Angels fans. They announced Monday morning that baseball pitcher Tyler Skaggs has died. He was 27. As a result of his death, Monday night's game against the Rangers had been canceled. He was found dead Monday afternoon about 2 p.m. local time in his room in a Hilton in Texas. In South Lake, that's what they say from the police department. He was pronounced dead at the scene. A cause of death has not been announced. They've ruled out foul play. Skaggs, who attended Santa Monica High School, was drafted by the Angels in 2009, traded to the Diamondbacks in 2010, returned to the Angels in 2013. And my cousins were at the last game over the weekend. They said it was a rough game. I don't know if these things are related. I don't know what the cause is, but
was he struggling?
I don't know. Is it Skaggs just pitched Saturday night a 4-0 loss to the A's in Anaheim? He was one of the Angels' most reliable pitchers this season with a 7-7 record, ERA of 4.29 in 79 2/3 innings, but we don't have any other details.
Well, normally, if it's drugs or something like that, you have some history of like DUIs or arrest or domestic whatever, and then you couple that with some other stuff, but they don't have anything else. Sad, 27.
Yeah.
There was an Angel pitcher, Donnie, who killed himself.
Oh, the reliever. He gave up the home run in the playoffs. Yes, to Dave Henderson. Something, yeah.
Donnie Moore?
Donnie Moore, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you give up a home run, you kill you. I mean, a crucial home run at a crucial time.
They lost the series on that
ended
pitch.
up killing himself. Anyway, sad.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be more coming out, but we don't have it yet. So Nike has decided to pull a shoe featuring the Betsy Ross flag after a complaint by NFL star Colin Kaepernick, who said that he and others consider it offensive. So let me unpack this a little bit because there's a lot going on. Kaepernick told the shoemaker that he feels that the old American flag featuring a circle of 13 stars, we have a picture, is offensive because it's tied to a period when there was slavery. The Betsy Ross flag is one type that was flown during the American Revolution.
We have a picture.
Yeah,
because it has the old
back,
round
the circular 13
colonies. Yeah.
This was designed back in the 1770s to represent the original 13 colonies. But according to CNBC, is associated with white supremacy.
Did we just pull Katy Perry's shoe?
Yeah.
It's a lot of shoe pulling.
A lot of shoe pulling.
I don't know. Maybe there's a little less racism than we think if our sole focus is on soles of shoes. Like if we're now down to shoes.
Sole focus.
Yeah,
focus. Like I think if we found some of those guys, the footage in the 60s where the German Shepherds would attack the guy while he's shooting a fire hose on him. Like if we find those guys go, hey, we're on to tennis shoes now. Thanks for paving the way.
Progress.
Yeah. We won't stop. Hey, Garrett. Do we have Gareth? Tell Garrigus, I don't have Kaepernick's number, but tell Garrigus I'm thinking about taking a shit later. Would that be okay with Colin Kaepernick? Would that be fine? I just want to clear it with him before I take a shit, because I think the New World Order is we have to fucking clear everything with that ass clown before we can go on with our lives. Because the shit is brown. He may label that.
What color is the toilet it goes into?
It's white.
Oh, that's a problem.
I just
it could be a problem.
Make sure it's okay with Kaepernick if I take a dump later. I'm also thinking about hugging my son, and he is white, so that's problematic. Fuck off. Jesus goddamn Christ. Stop. Look, here's the deal. You may stop racism, but you may not find it. Just stop it. Don't find it. Don't create it. Don't manufacture it, and then stop it. Go find actual racism and stop that.
Snuff it out.
Don't leave Katy Perry's shoes out of this conversation.
Yeah, Nike's on your side, trust me.
Oh, yeah, specifically. Did you hear about the governor of Arizona?
And hold on. Nike, don't be such fucking cowardly pussies to cave to everything all the time. Jesus goddamn Christ.
Well, you and Governor Doug Ducey have something in common. Because
Deuce? Ask him if I can take a deuce.
He will approve it.
Doug Ducey.
Yeah, because meanwhile, in Arizona, Governor Doug Ducey has ordered a financial incentive package for Nike to be withdrawn because the company canceled the sneaker featuring the flag. In a series of tweets early Tuesday,
all this is going to do is going to be like one of those Beatle record covers with the dead kids on it or something.
Burning out books or whatever.
Right, and they're going to be like, oh, if anyone gets their hands on a pair of these bad boys 5 years from now.
That's $2,000.
That's already happening, exactly. Now you can get the sneakerheads have them at $2,500.
Hey, can I say this to the sneakerheads? I normally reserve all my ire for the guys who collect comic books as adults. You 43-year-old guy who gives me a tour of your walk-in closet with your 1,800 sneakers, you can fuck off, too. Fucking start collecting cars or guns like adults, would you? Or possibly both. Yeah. You collecting sneakers just means you're a fucking idiot. I don't know who these guys are. I don't like the comic book guys, but the sneaker fucking guys, I really fucking hate.
Well, you do know who they are because I think, God, a few months ago we did that story about that Instagram account, Preachers with Sneakers.
Oh, I think we have,
there's a whole, millions of followers of these like mega church preachers showing off their shoes.
I know there's this sort of thing where it's like in certain cultures and Thailand, it's like, well, in India, you grow your nails really long to show society you do nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't wipe my own ass. Here I am. Look at these long nails. And I think we do a thing with sneakers. Like, I'm walking around in $2,000 worth of sneakers.
Not getting these dirty.
And some you can get for $30. I choose to pay too. Like, maybe it's that, but I don't like it.
Well, yeah, he just to further your point, Ducey did call this a shameful retreat by Nike.
Well, they are being pussies. Yeah. They're putting out a shoe. It's got a flag on it.
He said that he condemned the company for bowing to political correctness.
All right. Well, Kaepernick blew in a call. How does that even go? Hey, I'm uncomfortable with the shoe. You mean they're uncomfortable? No.
No, they're very comfortable.
The idea of your shoes
make me uncomfortable.
Making the black community uncomfortable.
So some auction news that's pretty interesting, especially coming up on a very special anniversary. On July 20th, 1969, NASA put a man on the moon, captured it on tape. In 1976, according to CNN, the space agency unknowingly and accidentally basically sold these tapes to some intern. The Apollo 11 lunar mission was sold to an intern then. Now, NASA's blunder will belong to the highest bidder because the 3 surviving tapes from that exploration are up for auction. I have the starting bid. I do know what they think it's going to be worth, if you have any guesses.
We had, whether it was NASA or Warner Brothers or Jimi Hendrix heirs, we had no relationship with, like, that's his guitar. Now he's dead, so bring it out to the curb and call large item pickup. Let's get rid of it. You know, like we tape over Super Bowls. Like, hey, this is good 3/4 tape. Come on. Like we just, we had no sense of anything. And now everything is being captured. Like there's pictures on everyone's using their phone and taking it. Everything is being chronicled now. There's not, you can't, if you commit a crime, we'll just string together your walk from outside of the studio to the ATM camera to the time you pass the traffic camera.
I committed all my crime prior to coming here.
Smart.
So
we could string together your whole life in basically uninterrupted form with pictures and graphs and everything else. But back then, we had no thoughts about, I mean, do you know how many, I'll make this up, but World War II, we must have produced 5,000 P-51 Mustangs. Those planes would be worth millions of dollars today. There's 18 left. We crushed them. Well, they made some. They used them for air races or whatever. B-17 or B-29 Flying Fortress. Like, there's 3 left. Right. We made 20,000.
Well, back to your example of capturing everything today and not in the older days. The Super Bowl is a great example. Today, there's 20-something more than that maybe set up around the stadium. But Super Bowl I, they're still looking for footage. I mean, there's some that exist, but they're still like, we'll pay you for footage. If you took home movies at the Super Bowl, we'll pay you for it.
If you did the old school camera pointed it at your TV.
No. If you were at the Super, if you happen to have a camera, some people brought Super 8s or Super 16s or whatever.
Well,
we didn't care.
Well, the starting The starting bid for these three surviving tapes, $700,000. Sotheby's says they're worth up to $2 million. The bidding begins July 20th. That's going to be the 50th anniversary of the moon landing. It's 2.5 hours of footage. It provides really sharp images of the history-making mission. Of course, Neil Armstrong. They're talking to President Nixon at the time. They're planting the flag. And the tapes, just a little background on this intern. The tapes were sold by accident to this intern at NASA, Gary George, in 1976. He purchased the whole set. There were 65 boxes of videotapes at a government surplus auction for $217. He resold a bunch of them to local TV stations, but his father said, you might want to hold on to the ones that say Apollo 11 on them. And he did.
We must start a campaign now that Michael Jackson is dead and there are no more nutty celebrities buying bones of the Elephant Man or anything.
Bieber can only do so much.
I'm going to hit up Seth MacFarlane and go, hey, man.
Who's next?
Come on, you're rich.
Pick up that flag.
Orville, come on now.
Yeah, Ted 2, all the Teds.
What's $1 million to you? And you're pretty nerdy, and you're doing the outer space thing, and you're rich, and some celebrity. This should be owned by a celebrity. You know what I mean?
He doesn't have kids, does he?
No.
The money's got to go somewhere.
That's right.
Yeah.
He already bought a replica of the Back to the Future DeLorean.
He's well on his way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I don't want it to be an anonymous guy from Indiana.
We'll
I want a celebrity. I want Charlie Sheen. Maybe this isn't up his alley, but you know what I mean? Like celebrities buying weird things.
Yeah, it's up to them.
That's what I want.
I like it.
Alan, do you keep mementos or anything from your movies that you do?
No. Not that I know.
Good story,
we won't look to Alan to save us.
I'll grab a thing here or there, but nothing. Oh, there's always personal. Nobody would really care.
I kept the taco outfit from Wreck-It Ralph.
Does it still fit?
Give me a few weeks with Vinny. I'll get into that outfit.
So health officials are asking Americans to take precautions over reports that crypto, a fecal parasite that could be transmitted in swimming pools, is on the rise. It's really called cryptosporidium, and it causes cryptosporidosis, which can leave healthy adults suffering from profuse watery diarrhea for as long as 3 weeks. The effects can be worse on children, on the pregnant, on people with compromised immune systems. However, when you started noticing that rise of those signs next to pools, and I was like, where did these come from? It must
the
have been
diarrhea pool.
If you've had any tummy troubles in the last month, please refrain from getting in our pool. I was like, where are these coming from? Well, I guess it was the crypto.
That must be it. I didn't even know about the signs. Thank God I've not been in a public pool in 29 years.
Lucky man.
I was at the Improv, and I was watching Sarah Silverman do stand-up, and she was talking about those signs.
They're everywhere.
Vegas, you guys
everywhere.
tell me what I should do. I have a couple of mallard ducks, and they land in my pool in my backyard. And they're beautiful. I mean, the colors, they're majestic.
Think how good they'd look on your mantle.
Yes. And I also have fun. I look out my kitchen. I'm standing at my kitchen sink, and there's a couple of ducks paddling around my pool, and I love it.
Yeah. You're Tony Soprano. It's the first season.
It's beautiful looking. The pool man is like, they're going to take a dump in your pool and they're going to jack it up. So if you see them, you gotta shoo them because they pack a punch. And I'm like, I don't know. I like the aesthetic of them. And I'm the only one who swims in my pool.
Yeah, I think
Me and the dog are the only one who swims in the pool.
Leave them alone.
I do leave them alone because I like the way they look.
Yeah.
But now I sit there, and sometimes they'll be in there for like half an hour, and the voice of the pool man keeps ringing in my ear.
They're reading the sports page.
They're there. They're in there, and I'm staring at Max Pat. You might have some footage or somewhere in my phone, but I'm going. They're so beautiful. Also, I want my dog to do something. Like, come on, boy.
It's like the dog's territory.
You're a water dog. Get in there. But he doesn't care. He just lays around.
Smacks of effort.
But me and Phil are the only two creatures in my house that really go in. My daughter goes in a little bit.
It'd be very off-brand for you to be concerned about duck poop in the pool.
I have zero thoughts about it. I literally had... I have limited interactions with my pool man. This was one of them. He gave me you don't want those ducks shitting in your pool. and I'll see you in about 9 months, and we'll have another conversation. So now I have the pool man.
Sounds like he has an issue. He's got a duck issue. Pool
vendetta.
guy, like something happened with the duck and your pool guy. I don't know.
Perhaps he was raped by a duck.
Or raped, yeah.
But
they never paid their bill. Hey,
you did it.
Sorry about that.
all right. Well, listen, Gina's got the news here. Trace amounts of fecal matter can
Really
disrupt
mess you up.
millions of gallons of water.
What a good name.
Wait,
I'm
I
so
don't
far
think that's
out.
exactly what I said.
Well,
People with the diarrhea stay out of the pool.
Crypto. That's a good name for a diarrhea.
Cryptosporidium.
I think of that's like it's like an energy drink or something. But
Yeah.
that's. I mean,
also-
that's like Montezuma's Revenge.
Energy drinks will do the same thing, by the way.
It's also got some kaopeptate in it, right?
does?
Remember that?
Oh,
weird
sure.
stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
All right. What
So
else?
be careful of that.
right.
So we were talking about the gay cruise. What about the kink cruise? Let's not leave them out. Hundreds of fetishists sporting skin-tight latex dresses, leather corsets. They've all piled onto the erotic cruise ship for a kinky annual festival in Germany.
That's not cruise wear. We know that.
Yeah.
It's hot on those boats.
Anything but. Around 500 revelers in full bondage, gimp masks, horse heads, fishnet vests. They all boarded the torture ship on Sunday. Paramedics are on standby on the ship in case of emergencies. In 2015, the party was forced to get rid of its darkroom and bedrooms to comply with tightening safety regulations.
All I ever think about is the poor. Those cruise ships are just manned by the poorest human beings from
That's right.
international
Yeah.
waters where
Yeah.
we don't have to pay taxes,
Yeah.
and they just get those poor Biafran fucking women have to come in and mop everything and scrub everything. Like they just go, we can save 50 cents by just hiring the poorest people in the poorest country where these ships are licensed, where we don't have to pay any taxes in these like ports of call
Right.
where they're whatever. And then they have the poorest, most downtrodden people in the world. And it's bad enough that they got to come in after me and my wife and clean up the toilet. But these fucking animals tossing jizz everywhere
Yeah.
and fucking
Furby fur.
More
flying everywhere.
tuba. You have to have all the tubas there as well. And the
Poor
cello.
people have to come in. The poorest, most downtrodden people of the world
Yeah.
have to come in and scrub all these guys' mess.
Do they have a stand-up comic? They must.
Ooh, I can
Right?
perform.
I was going to say.
Yeah. Someone's got to entertain these
Yeah,
people.
they can't be whipping each other all day and night.
I could modify my act a little bit. So it's like, oh, so the other night the old lady's beating me with the cat of nine tails, and I come, right?
You guys know how it is. You definitely know how it is.
So my kid comes in dressed like Woodsy Owl, right? So we start fucking, right? Okay. Everything's going good. I just kind of tweak it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ball gag him, all right?
Gimps these days, man. Jesus Christ.
Gimps be shopping. Gimps be shopping.
Can't stop a Gimp from shopping. Woo. All right.
Okay.
So listen.
We can go on.
Yeah. Boy, I got to tell you, man, I remember when Benoit balls were Benoit balls. Now, try to pull a string of pearls out of chick's ass today. That's a different time, man. Off the stage, fag! Wait, who are these people again?
They're on the
Fetishists.
erotic torture ship.
It's all erotic
yeah,
torture?
it's the torture ship. It's been running for more than 2 decades.
Torture.
And again, they had to get rid of the dark rooms because they're tightening safety efforts because they've had some issues.
Wow.
Everyone's going to be okay. Mm-hmm. We're all going to make it out of this.
All right.
Word broke weeks ago that Tom Hanks will play Colonel Tom Parker in Baz Luhrmann's upcoming biopic about Elvis. And by the end of next week, they're reporting we should know who will co-star as the young Elvis Presley.
AlanTudyk.
Yes.
I'm up for it.
So-
the 48-year-old Elvis voice. That's where they're starting.
Give us a little bit. Let us know when you have it.
All right. I'm method, so I'm going to need a lot of pills to
Okay.
get into character. A lot of pills.
I think Hanks now has like 2 roles he can choose from. There's roles where he needs to lose weight, and then there's roles where he needs to put on weight,
it on.
and they're always going to get a nod to the I could put on 20 pounds.
Sure.
Because I feel like Hanks is always living that world. It's like, fuck, I'd like that jelly donut, but I shouldn't because I got a
Castaway.
thing coming up.
Captain
whatever.
fucking Phillips.
I think you're going to see more fat guy roles.
that makes sense.
That's what I think.
He's not metabolizing like he used to.
Even if it's not even if it's not conscious, he's still going to go. Let me see a picture of Colonel Tom. Ooh,
and the skinny guy roles are going to be like Woody from Toy Story.
Right.
Well, here's these are the front runners for Elvis: Harry Styles. Baby Driver star Ansel Elgort, who, as if you saw that movie, an amazing, showman.
Harry Styles could look like him. Yeah,
there's a few of them. Fantastic Four's Miles Teller, TV actor Austin Butler. They are the finalists. So if those names sound familiar, Styles was in Dunkirk, by the way. Elgort's credit for The Fault in Our Stars, Allegiant. He's going to do the upcoming West Side Story, which I am so excited about. Teller he'll be seen in Top Gun Maverick. Butler plays a Charles Manson follower in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So these are the finalists.
Ansel Elgort, the guy on the left, is a good actor, and he does look a little like Elvis.
Yeah, in Baby Driver, oh my God.
Yeah, he's my vote.
Great. Yeah.
From this picture, that's my vote.
Yeah.
However, what's his name on the other side? Austin Butler has that sort of dreamy young Elvis quality.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
By the way, his name is Austin Butler. Who wouldn't fuck him?
Yeah, I was going to say.
You know what I mean?
You want to go to Blind Date with Austin Butler?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I
Damn
do.
right you do.
Count me in. Pull that bakery ticket. I'll wait.
Bakery ticket.
Yeah. They still have those.
Yes, they do. I just
very
used
much.
one.
It was just a
You just used
Gelson's.
one?
At Gelson's.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is very orderly.
How do we dispose of those? I feel like we can't just throw them away. They flutter.
You crumble
they
them
miss.
up. And
you got to roll them?
You crumble it up and you put it in your basket and you forget to take it out when you go to the checkout.
We never actually dispose
No,
of those.
because the
correctly.
Gelson has the little trash thing on top for the sample spoons.
What fancy Gelson's are
The
you going
samples.
to?
What do you do with your sample spoons?
I don't get samples.
What?
Samples are for. I'm not good
You guys
enough
don't
for
get the
samples.
samples at Gelson's? No, let me try that chicken curry. Chicken curry salad.
That's your white privilege talking.
You got to get in. There's a Trader Joe's is cooking up something on occasion. The Gelson's. I feel obliged to buy. I have two. I don't. You can't get me to purchase things. There's two occasions where I will purchase. I have to purchase. If I go try the smoked Gouda with the toothpick and the chick standing there in the full display, I must grab that.
Or at least pretend like you're going to purchase.
And on rare occasion, when the young black kid shows up to my door selling candles so he can go to college, I can't say no to that either.
Yeah.
Those are the two I never say no to.
That's
What
good.
kind of candles are these?
I bought candles from
Just
Man
nice
of Color.
scented candles that are. I've done chocolate. I don't know candles. I've never
birthday
done
candles.
Yeah,
Magazine.
I've got magazine subscriptions that, by the way, never showed up.
Oh, yeah.
I bought-
You'll never see
Oh
it.
yeah. What? What? That was years
They
ago.
never showed up?
Not a one.
Color me shocked.
Not a one. Yeah.
So remember the Nexium sex cult? We've just kind of been in and out of that story.
I do remember that.
Well, it was only a matter of time. Lifetime swooping in, making the movie.
Lori Lofton's coming back.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, the working title is Nexium Cult, A Mother's Nightmare.
Oh.
And this makes sense, too.
Hold on.
Yeah.
But to be fair, if there's a movie they're making about a tuna ship that sinks off the coast of Alaska, they put a mother's nightmare at the end to draw it, because every dumb chick on the planet who watches those shows, a mother's nightmare.
I'm a mother.
I'm a mother.
I have a
I
mother.
love having nightmares while I'm awake. I'm now drawn to this. So they put a movie about the fucking miners who were trapped in a well.
They
or
had
whatever
mothers?
It is. A mother's nightmare. They just they'll put that about the Apollo landing, whatever it is.
Sunday picnic.
A mother's
nightmare.
They'll just put a mother's nightmare at
That's
the end of
right.
everything.
A day at
and
the
that
beach.
That's right.
draws them in.
But at least they're justifying it, because we talked about this with the Nexium stuff. They're going to focus on the Dynasty actress Catherine Oxenberg that we talked about, and her fight to save her daughter from this cult. Because
Wow, that's a mother's
That's her
nightmare.
nightmare. She learns the group through a leadership seminar they
The
hold.
Gail Sayers story. A mother's nightmare.
She's also producing the movie. So the movie announcement
Anthony
comes...
Bourdain. A mother.
Oh, Brian.
Yes.
Comes just 2 weeks after Rainier was convicted on criminal charges for leading the cult, including sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy to commit forced labor, and we're going to see it all unfold on Lifetime.
Good news, and bad news. The bad news is you lost your gig as the cult leader. The
Right.
good news is you got a job as cruise director on the Princess of the Caribbean. It's setting sail from Dusseldorf.
Oh, the homo boys. Oh, no. Come on.
That was from the movie.
I wonder if the Swedish bikini team is going to be on that cruise.
Oh, the homo boys.
Our helicopter crashed, and now we're here.
Oh, the homo boys.
28 of us traveling by helicopter.
The same parts.
By the way, their helicopter crash is not a scratch on one of them.
No.
They look
They're all
better.
wearing
How could they compete?
They're all wearing a thong back laying on a lounge chair. Usually when a helicopter is hit by a missile and goes down in the ocean,
There's some trauma.
someone will have an
Great.
abrasion.
Yeah.
They're recovering very well.
Not a Band-Aid.
I forgot there's a all right. They really could have just said that the same guy who booked your cruise screwed our cruise up and booked that. Didn't say there was a helicopter.
From the inflection, I have to assume that there was some callback to they shot down a helicopter. Because it said some idiot shot down our helicopter and he kind of did a...
Oh, maybe it was one of,
tropey.
you know those cruises where they have skeet shooting?
I think it was something like that.
Deleted scene. Pull. Oh my God, what have I done?
Because she did say some idiot shot down a helicopter and he'd give a little bit of a... Right?
Astute, Brian.
I think that was more of a boner. Come on. I don't know if they were responsible for shooting down.
I could be giving this movie way too much credit.
Chris, get to the bottom of
Read the
this.
synopsis on IMDb.
All right, so their helicopter was shot down by an idiot?
Some idiot.
That's what she said.
That sounds very plausible that it was him. That's definitely that
Bumbling.
that old school movie
Yeah.
that it was that the
He
feeling of
He got over it real
like,
fast.
drops
though.
the gun, walks away.
Yeah.
But would he have access to a surface-to-air, like shoulder-fired missile that was like left in his room or something?
Well, it would be like skeet shooting or something, wouldn't it? Off the bow? I don't know.
I think they would comfortably take down in that movie that the logic would
that
hold.
world.
The logic of a 12-gauge shotgun would take down
I don't.
military.
I have seen bits and pieces of the movie. I don't remember that. I think
Any heavy gunfire?
I think she was just explaining. There's just a little plot line as to why
Okay.
they were on the ship.
Okay.
But anyway, unscathed.
Yeah, they all look great.
And they can take their top off without being ogled by a bunch of dudes.
Right.
That's the thing.
By the way, if you were on a cruise, if it was a gay cruise with a bunch of like really hot dudes and there was like the Swedish suntanning team, they would be intrigued. There would be so much mingling, partying, hanging out.
Exchanging
the
of
plot
clothes.
doesn't
Well,
hold.
also,
Oh, Brian.
I mean, do the math, but they always say, like, on those cruises, there's like 300 staff members. Do they all have to be gay? Like the captain? Sorry, Bert. I'm the captain of the ship. Well, it's the gay cruise, so unless you want to blow me, you're
have to ask you to disembark.
You're going to be on land. And it's a gay cruise. So the
Right.
bartender, the maids, the directors, everybody, all the maintenance
Waiter
guys,
captain.
everybody's got to be gay. So I figure, like the Swedish bikini team, they're taking the tain team, they're taking the top off, but all the straight dudes who work on the ship would be ogling. Yeah. Sorry,
All right.
Max. Did you get to the bottom of this?
I did.
Good.
Okay, so after wrecking things with his fiancee Felicia, who's played by Vivica A. Fox, Jerry decides to book a cruise with his best friend Nick. Nick is Horatio Sands to find love in the high seas. But when Nick, once aboard and stuck at sea, Nick, desperate to escape, aims a flare gun at a passing helicopter so they can airlift them back to heterosexual land.
Sexual land.
Instead, he causes the chopper to crash land, forcing its 12 chesty passengers, members of a Swedish suntanning team, to take refuge on a boat.
The film
Nick
vault,
spent the rest of the
everybody.
film trying to
Wow.
sleep with them.
Wow.
This and negative 16 are my two finest accomplishments.
Wow.
It wasn't a missile. It was a flare gun.
Nice.
And he shot down the Swedish tan team.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Brian.
Very well
Wow.
done, Brian.
Feel free to gloat. You've
Hey,
earned
high
it.
five.
I was like, how was it possible? It's a flare gun, and he shot down the bikini team.
Pretty sweet.
That's really good.
Chesty. Can you imagine a guy at IMDb has to write the synopsises, and he's like, hold on, Todd, don't we We do movies that exist, right? This is made. You made this one up, or
Au
this?
contraire.
I'm confused.
I
don't know what
that
this
thing
is.
twice just to get all the
Hold
nuances.
on. This wasn't made when I'm writing here.
I thought it was a skeet. I thought he was shooting skeet. Turns out it was a flare gun. My bad.
Did you take peyote and make up another movie for me to do a coverage of?
I have done that, but that is not the case here.
This is a movie that was
Indeed.
made. Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to walk. Yeah, hey, Max Patton.
Yeah.
I go into like Netflix and other places, Apple, Sony, and places like that. I pitch them ideas
Yeah.
for movies that are routinely shot down.
Sure.
Shot down.
Please arm me with this synopsis next time I go in there, because I'd like to explain. Really? You don't think my idea is good enough
Guess
to
what
be
go-
made? No, it's plausible. But let me
Guess
show
what
you
did get greenlit?
Find me the company that made that, because when I pitch my next idea to that company, I'm going to show up armed with this, because you guys did this.
Yeah.
Thus, we can do whatever we want now.
Well, you guys obviously know what you're doing. Let me read a little synopsis of one of your greatest hits.
All right. Anyway, you think Horatio had gastric bypass?
100
Oh,
pounds
sure.
is pretty significant.
I don't. I seem to think he didn't for some reason from talking to him, but maybe I'm wrong. All right, one more. Gina.
All right. Well, speaking of airplane failure, a suspected stowaway who is believed to have fallen from the landing gear of a flight into Heathrow in London has been found dead in somebody's garden. So this London man sunbathing in his yard when a body suddenly fell out of the sky, landed with a thud 3 feet away from him.
Wow.
It's out of Con Air.
Yeah.
That's right.
Authorities suspect the body was a stowaway who had likely fallen out of the landing gear of a Kenya Airways plane.
Oh, now it makes sense.
That was arriving at Heathrow. The sunbathing resident reportedly very shaken after the frozen body crashed in his yard.
For Kenya, it's really getting like Con Air.
Yeah.
Not Dave Chappelle.
Investigators
Chappelle fell
say
out of that plane.
They searched a Kenya Airways plane, found a bag, water, some food in the landing gear compartment. They're trying to identify the man. Authorities in London blame a lack of security at other airports
I don't know a
around the
lot
world.
about geography, but if you're from Kenya, can't you just run to England? You
Fast
know?
enough where you won't sink over the
I'm
sea.
just saying, why take the... I don't know. I
No,
don't know
I understand.
topography, but
Yeah.
I'm...
Go through the channel.
It's a
Very
long
good
run.
point.
That's a
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying,
so
but
he
these
made it
guys are up to it.
He made it that far.
Into the landing gear.
No,
And,
no,
and
from
over the
Kenya.
sea.
Kenya.
Yes.
He did the hard part.
Yeah, I would imagine that was when gear comes down. 'Cause they were already, close to Heathrow.
I think you freeze to
I
death.
think he probably
in the
asphyxiated or
plane,
froze to death,
and
yeah.
then they
Glad you
open
said
it.
that. Not glad, but glad, because it says it's almost impossible for a stowaway to survive such a
Yeah.
long flight in landing gear due to a lack of oxygen and freezing temperatures.
Not since Executive Decision. Wait a minute, was that the movie?
It was, yeah.
I went down into the whatever. Yeah, in Con Air,
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle
Oh, no.
fell out of the plane and
Is he okay?
landed on
Far from
someone's
it.
plane.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Fell
By
from
the way,
rich dude's like hood or something, right?
well, here's what I learned from like every
Was it cabbie?
90s movie. If you're like sitting in traffic and you're with your middle-aged wife and a bird craps on your windshield and you go, ugh.
Don't overreact.
Every time we go to the car wash,
Do not.
on the way home, and then you get your handkerchief out,
Yeah.
whatever, a black man will land on the hood and crush your car.
Every time?
Every
Oh,
time.
my God.
Every time. Because not only do they have that scene in Con Air, they have the other scene where the world's biggest asshole shows up in his 66 convertible Corvette, and he's like, that's my baby. Don't you even look at it. And then you do the move where you clean the fender with your sleeve.
Yep.
Look at her. You guys could never even dream of owning a car. That car shall be destroyed.
Obliterated.
It will be destroyed.
Yeah.
It's the Ferris Bueller rule.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
That's how it works. All right. They had two of the same car tropes in the same
same movie.
movie, probably within 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Somebody should have spotted that.
It's that kind of movie. It's fun.
It's great. All right, let's bring it home, Gina Grad.
You got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news. Oh, the homo boys.
That was the news with Gina Grad.